Before changing my self-concept and my self-esteem, I had been insecure my whole life. Here is the story of how I leveled up from the inside out. Even though I don't like to admit it, my appearance is very important to me. I love beautiful things and people, and not considering myself as one of them almost made me feel unworthy. I was a pretty child, and I honestly was always quite pretty, but being insecure made me appear less attractive than I really was. Posture and attitude play such a big part in your appearance. Also, because I was so insecure, I did not get into a serious relationship before 23 years old because I was convinced that nobody could be attracted to me. On top of that, I used to be a very skinny teenager but gained a lot of weight that I never could accept once I started taking the pill at 18 years old. About the law, I've known about manifestation, the law of attraction, and the law of assumption since 2020. I manifested a few things without really believing or understanding, but then I had kind of an awakening recently and manifested something so huge that I now have unshakable faith while manifesting for my now. So, I decided to mainly focus on my self-concept and on glowing up. I had 3 main affirmations. I look like a doll, I have a magnetic aura and look surreal. I weigh X kg and have my dream body. Everybody compliments me, is nice to me, and gives me free stuff. These are my affirmations. Make ones that resonate with you personally. The most difficult for me to manifest was weight loss. I had tried to lose weight for the past 3 years, but I could never commit to a diet or workout routine and ended up with an eating disorder and a fucked up metabolism. After realizing that diets did not work and especially that a limiting time frame was never a good idea, again, for me personally setting up an end date does not work when I manifest, I just decided to stop trying. I started eating what I want, and went from weighing myself twice a day to every other week. I am not gonna lie, it took a bit of time for my body to adjust. At first, I was losing weight very slowly, but still, I was losing weight. I slipped sometimes and tried fad diets again, they never worked. In a year, I still lost about 10 kilograms. I still needed to lose 6 kilograms to attain my goal weight. So I just affirmed, and affirmed, and affirmed. Every day, every time I caught myself thinking I look fat, these pants don't fit, my tummy is sticking out, he thinks I'm fat, I immediately counteracted and said I weigh X kg, I am a skinny legend, everyone thinks I'm skinny, I have the fastest metabolism, etc. And by persisting, it started working. It was not immediate, but once the affirmations started to sink in, I started seeing little progress, which gave me hope. It was like a virtuous circle. I lose weight equals I feel more confident equals I believe more equals I lose more weight. Also, not having food and calories on my mind 24/7 really contributed to me being more positive and happy. At one point, I was going to the bathroom 3 times a day, fast metabolism. And in 1 month, I dropped all the weight. Even my roommates who were seeing me every day noticed how fast I dropped weight. But they were seeing me eating very well and snacking, and I felt very healthy too, so they were not too worried and neither was I. When I came home, all I could hear for months from my family members was how much weight I lost and how good I looked. I enjoy walking, so I walked a lot and told myself that my body was burning twice as many calories as what the app was saying. I got lean and exactly how I wanted my body to be in a month, even though I was walking as much as the month before. I focus a lot on weight loss because that is what I struggled the most with and spent more energy manifesting, but after it realized it unfolded everything. I was always convinced that losing weight would make my face look 10 times better and it did. I got a sharper jawline, my dimples show more, the features I like are more prominent and even my nose got thinner somehow. I got more confident so my posture naturally got better. A new skincare routine and bam. It works perfectly and I have the porcelain skin I always wanted. It was not magic, and I invested more time in my style and in pampering myself too, to make me believe that it worked. Another thing I did was start to notice things more. I realized that I received a lot of compliments already, and when I started noticing them and being grateful, they kept coming. Before that, when I would receive a compliment, I would always assume they're just being nice. I changed that and just believed it. I started to believe that when people are looking at me on the street or wherever, it's because they can't believe how pretty I am. And I started receiving more and more compliments. Nobody is ever mean or rude to me, and I get free stuff sometimes. Finally, and maybe the most important thing, I changed my attitude. I started being more positive, smiling more, and complaining less. When I was insecure, I used to be very judgmental of other people's appearance. I started complimenting people more, and genuinely finding them beautiful. I stopped acting like the victim and focused on everything I really liked about my appearance instead of focusing on the negative. I started being more grateful. I also did not obsess over it and focused on other things and projects. I obviously have my days when I feel like shit, but I generally assume that I am beautiful. Other little proofs that my affirmations work. My boyfriend's nickname for me is sometimes doll. I used to think that my boyfriend was way out of my league. But when we are together, people always compliment us. I used to feel a bit awkward standing next to him, but one day, my friend took a genuine picture of us and I realized that I was not out of his league at all and that we were a really good-looking couple objectively. A grandma on the street started chatting with me and said I looked like a French doll. I used SATs and visualized my ideal weight in a particular place on a particular scale. That's exactly how it happened. I also had a visualization about me wearing a particular outfit that was too tight at the time, and I wore it confidently the other day, and the skirt was even a little loose. I used to be so awkward in pictures and dreaded taking group photos. Now I just assume that I am pretty in the picture, and most of the time, I am. Final words, to be honest, I did not change that much physically. I'm just the best version of myself, and I am absolutely satisfied with it. And when I look at old pictures of myself, I don't understand why I used to be so insecure. It was more a journey of realizing my worth, and it reflected physically. I don't worry as much about my appearance now because I just know I look good and I don't need the validation of others anymore. Being confident in my looks gave me a lot of opportunities, and not obsessing over my appearance is also very liberating.